All right, so let's go ahead and get into the box. And see what parts we've got. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. Got our bag of hardware. We've got our 4 side pieces, and we've got our drain hose, which is not needed on if you have one of the 1.5 inch standard tailpipe kitchen baskets. All right, drains. So we'll go ahead and get in on these hardware, and I like to set out my pieces and kind of take inventory, and you'll see when we get in here on the instructions. Well, we've got 4 casters. Inventory, and you can see on the list, and I'll maybe do a blow-up photo for you, but you've got your list of hardware here. You might want to take inventory of that. 4 rails, 4 metal legs, a plastic hose with hook, a bag that has 4 rollers, 16 screws with nuts, and 1 bracket. So we've got 1 close hand, clamp, and we'll go ahead and move on and get to some assembly. All right, so you will need a few basic tools. We have the screw side and the nut side. So for the screw side, either a straight bladed screwdriver or a Phillips head screwdriver. Some of these only don't accept the Phillips, only the straight, so just keep that in mind. On the nut end, it's going to be a 7/16 wrench, and if you have one, a socket, 7/16 socket, can be very handy. The socket is not so much necessary. I'm going to today be using a Phillips bit in my drill driver. So, but all you need is a flat blade Phillips blade screwdriver or a box end wrench. So let's go ahead and get to it. We'll set the items that we don't need here aside. And so we'll just be working on one of these pieces at a time. As we've gone over, we have the 4 side rails and set the 3 that we do not need aside. We've got the 4 legs. We'll set them aside as well. So these are all identical. The 3 legs and the 4 side rails are all identical. You will notice that here we have a wider ledge on this side rail. You want that to face up, away from the narrow end of the side. You want the nut to come in. You want this side rail to be on the inside of these legs, like so. So I'll go ahead and flip this over so I can insert the screw, put the screw through, and just loosely hand tight the nut. That simple. And we'll move to the next one, and likewise flip it over. Inside, drop the screw through, lightly tighten the nut. Now what I like to do is to go ahead and just lay out the next leg next to it, but I don't move on to the other side. I'll go ahead and just add a second side rail, holding it kind of up in the air, making sure the wide side is up. Like so. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is grab my tub because, and you'll see why. When you put the tub on and you tighten this up, these legs actually kind of squeeze in, holding into the base. It's not a tight squeeze, but it is enough that it will give it just a little bit of tension, and it can make it hard to put the tub in if they are tight. So keep that in mind as we go along. Alright, so what I like to do is I'll go ahead and flip this over, just like so. Again, making sure we have a seat. And that way we can get our wrench in here to the nuts fairly easily. Go ahead and make sure my driver's clutch is set. You want it fairly loose. Alright, so I got them all tightened. I'll just double check. As you can tell, I was missing a screw here. That's a very good reason to go ahead and check over your hardware bag. That is rare to have happen, but it does have happened from time to time, and so to make the point, I will point that out. Instead of just replacing it, make sure and check over your hardware bag immediately. You are welcome to replace. Most hardware stores will have it, or you're welcome to give us a ring and we will get you one out in the mail. Alright, so as you can see, by tightening these up, it does these brackets right in here. It does kind of clamp on here. However, it's not much of a clamp, and there's enough give in these that you will see that some of them, it's just a complete loose fit. This one right here is kind of in between. It will come off, but it is a slight tight fit. So not so much for keeping it on there as much as it can make maybe a little bit of a difficulty in putting the tub on the stand. This is even more important to deal with if you're assembling a double tub. Keep in mind, because the way, and I'll go ahead and put one of them in here in just a second and let you get a feeling for that. You can see that did not really clamp it on. Of course, I am also missing that one screw. So there you have it. Oh, I did not put the casters on, so I'll flip that back over. The casters very easily. Snap on. Now some people put these on a different amount depending on. You may need to get a rubber mallet to kind of smack them on there. I do recommend a rubber mallet and not a hammer. So also a piece of 2x4 can work, as you will see here. All right. They may need a slight bit of oil, and make sure, you can see I bent this one just a tiny bit here when you're putting it down. A little bit of oil can help with that and keep it good to go. So It's a real video. I want you to know what you're going to expect and deal with. So, this leg definitely needs a little oil, but that is what you're looking at with these pedals. Subscribe, ring the bell. If you like these type of videos, make sure leave us a message or something in the comment section. But anyways, I'll see you later and enjoy.